Hello and welcome. Going in the winter now on the farm, we're kind of doing some more stuff in the shop. So I'm going to take you on an adventure today in a probably multi-part series on building a Les Paul guitar for my brother. He doesn't know at this point. It's going to be a Christmas gift if it's done by Christmas, but that's the plan, is to get this built without him knowing it. So I'm going to bring you in here. I'm going to show you some of the templates I bought. I'm going to show you some of the wood I bought, and then we're going to get going today. So I bought these templates online. So I think it was guitartemplates.com, something like that. I can't really remember. But this is for a 59 Les Paul guitar. It's what my brother likes. He really wants a gold top guitar, but I don't know if I'm going to do a mahogany top and then, stain it, kind of make it look good. I don't know if this is going to turn out to be like an authentic, true to perfection type guitar. So I'm thinking, instead of going with trying to make it a really nice gold top replica, I might make it more of kind of a one-of-a-kind, one-off build. So I bought these templates. It has obviously the full guitar shape, and then it kind of walks you through the steps of routing out your cord, your wire chases. I mean, it has everything for it. So I should be set with this. So this right here is the template for the cover that covers this up. This is your guitar, guitar pick template. So I can make, a guitar pick out of a nice piece of wood, something different than just the plastic ones that come with it. I bought ash, 8/4 ash, for the body of the guitar. Today I'm going to get the body of this glued up in the two pieces. So these two pieces here are not the same thickness. I used my caliper to make sure that I knew exactly what they were. So you can feel and see that they are not. So I'm going to plane down both of these pieces so they're exactly the same. And then I'm going to take that planed edge and I'm going to run it on the joiner so I know that this edge and the edge I'm going to be gluing are 90 degrees. There's not going to be any dips and humps in here, so when I glue them, they should be a nice, perfect, flat surface. So I'm just kind of mocking up the body now before I glue it. I want to put a straight edge on it and make sure it's not kind of bowing or doing anything weird. But I'm just going to trace out the body here, line up my center on that seam. That looks good. I want to cut the body bigger than the template and then route it to the template later. So I'm going to take this washer, which has about a 1/4 inch wall here, and I'll run my pencil on that. So my line is a 1/4 inch evenly around here. There we go. Now I'm going to take a straight edge and make sure this doesn't have any weird weird dips in it before I glue it. The way that's dipping down, I almost think it's because I don't have another clamp on it. So it's almost like this piece over here is dipping down, because this is flat. Let me make sure I'm 90 here. Well, I am really glad I checked to see if this was flat, because when I noticed this side was dipping, I took these apart, I ran the square on them. They were flat as individual pieces, but where they meet was not a 90 to the piece itself. So I found out that my joiner was not properly set square, which I probably should have checked, but I haven't used it in so long, which is probably why it was out of square. Nonetheless, we're going to get this glued up now, and I'm going to do the 2 clamps with the one on top so it doesn't try bowing.
A few moments later.
From this line down, there's a big bow in the middle of it. I'm trying to get that out. So now I'm going to get the body blank out of ash cut, and I'm just going to use the jigsaw. This line here is a 1/4 inch off of my actual template, which I did with the washer, just like I did earlier. I'm going to try and cut it close to that line, and then I'm going to take a router with smaller bit and just take a little bit out. We're going to use a jigsaw. We're going to get this cut. Not the ideal way to do it, but I don't have a bandsaw, so got to work with what we have here. Yeah, looking good. I'm keeping it on the outside of the line. Give me more than a 1/4 inch, because I'm using the extra long jigsaw blades. These have a really bad tendency to go into the wood crooked and not stay straight. So I'm keeping it even farther out than that 1/4 inch, just in case. Yeah, see, it's coming in a little bit on the bottom there, but I'm still, it's not going crazy in. But no, yeah, we're good. This is going to be a little tricky because that's a real tight curve around the horn there, but I'm just going to probably take it off in sections and kind of keep working it. Boom. Alright, here we go. Now we'll get the template screwed on there. FBI, open up! And start routing it. Alright, I got the smallest bearing bit I have. I think it's 5/8 by 3/4. And I'm just going to slowly go into it, take little bits off until I make it to the template, and then just keep working it around real slow. So hopefully it works. Doesn't get a bunch of tear out. I'm gonna put these back in. I have screwed this template down with some 1/4-inch screws where it shouldn't make a difference. Let's try it. All right, I screwed down some pieces of pine here to keep it from moving. So let's get back at it. Try and find my router. There it is. That turned out really good. So my camera died and I didn't realize it, but I did all the other passes through here. So I didn't have to use a real long router bit. I didn't want to have to take all that off at once. I didn't want to risk chipping or gouging or anything like that. So now I can come through with this shorter one. I only got half the material to go with. So I'm just going to keep using this palm router. It actually is working. It works fantastic. Just a 1 horsepower router. If I just go slow and don't shove anything through it, this thing eats a lot of wood. I love it. Now when I start doing some of the other routing and angling and pickups and all that stuff, I'll use my bigger router, but for this right here, this little guy's working great. So I got it clamped here. I'm just gonna come through and slowly start taking this stuff out until it's one solid piece, it's flush. And I'll just have to keep moving this around and clamping it and get going on it. Well, that bearing's toasted. Oh, we had a slight problem happen. I was routing the edge of this and I got to the final last little bit and I couldn't quite see where the end was. Yeah.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
The router caught it, popped the whole piece out. So, this is the bottom. I think what I'm gonna do is that'll glue in. That'll glue in fine there. But this little piece, this little rip out, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I don't know. There you go. That's good. Oh, it's always the last bit, isn't it? What I wanted to do is when I came around this corner, I thought I had like out to here. And I was gonna take this last little bit and climb cut it. And when I came around this corner, I was standing over here and I couldn't see it, and it caught it because the end of it was right here. And then I cleaned that up. I'm gonna glue this piece in for sure, because that will go in just fine. Sand it. Never know. This bit here though, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with that. So I took the clamps off of this piece here, I glued back on. And then I decided this piece, I'm just gonna take some chisels, square it out, and then throw a piece of ash in there and glue it, and it should look fine. You know, it's a homemade guitar made by somebody that's not a professional. So I think a little character here and there just kind of be a nice little touch. So I'm gonna get that squared up here with some chisels, get this glued in, and then hopefully here, I don't know, maybe 6 hours from now, I'll take the clamps off, sand this, and then start routing in my channel for the wires. Alright, after a couple minutes I got that completely squared up. So now this piece will go in there, like that. And now I just kind of need the halfway cut it to size, so it's not like a ridiculous amount of wood sticking out. Oh, come on. Go. This is a really difficult spot to do anything on. We're gonna hope that's good enough. So I took tape off, and I think that right there will all sand nice and flat with the orbital spindle sander. So now that we got the edges all kind of half sanded, I'm gonna route the channel for the wires between the pickups and the toggle switch and the, you know, knobby things and all that kind of stuff. Now I do know that should be a 1/2 inch deep. I just have a 1/2 inch mortar seam bit in here, and I drew my line out and then just checked it, and then kind of slid it, and it should be good. So ½ inch. Perfect. And screw hole. Yeah. Even went into each one of these. I'd say we're good. Pop this out and make sure. Yep. Into there. And that one should catch it too. Flush that up a little. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to get the maple top out of the clamps and plane down. But hopefully we can get this glued.